It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 dig, 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 go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
To today's NASCAR CAM video teleconference. It's in advance of Sunday's NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Michigan International Speedway, the LifeLock 400. Our guest today, joining us from Penske Racing headquarters in Mooresville, North Carolina, is the 2004 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, Kurt Busch. He's the driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge. Kurt's currently 21st in points. He comes off a very solid 8th place finish this past Sunday at Pocono Raceway. Kurt has won twice at Michigan, including last August. Kurt, things are obviously looking up after this past weekend. Michigan's been a good track for you in the past. What's the outlook going into this weekend?
Well, we're excited about the run that we had last weekend at Pocono. Gives the team a boost of confidence to know that, hey, maybe we're just missing a couple small things. And Pocono's been a great track, as well as Michigan. We're really pumped up about this weekend. Hopefully last year we won the last race there, and that'll help us going into this weekend with just the knowledge that we have about the racetrack.
Thanks. We'll be ready for media questions now for today's NASCAR CAM guest, Kurt Busch.
Thank you. The question and answer session will be conducted electronically. If you wish to ask a question, you may do so by pressing the star key followed by the digit 1 on your touch-tone telephone. If you're using a speakerphone, please make sure your mute function is turned off so your signal can reach our equipment. Once again, that is star 1 to ask a question, and we will pause for just a quick moment to assemble our queue. We will take our first question from Michael Vega with the Boston Globe.
Kurt, thanks for joining us today. I just wanted to, I know you've probably been asked this a million times this year, especially with Kyle's success this season, but was Kyle a hyperactive kid growing up? What kind of kid was he when you were growing up with him?
Oh, he was just my little brother. You know, he was 7 years younger than I was, and he was always trying to hang with the older crowd, with my friends and things that we were doing. And so whether it was baseball or radio-controlled cars or racing in general, he was always with tougher competition, and so it made him better as a younger kid. And so he was a real quiet guy, just like myself. And you know, our work ethic is instilled from our father, and that is just to go out there, work hard, and go for those race wins. So, you know, just a regular guy, and he's been thrown into the spotlight. I'm real happy for him.
And in terms of the spotlight he's gotten this year, are you at all surprised that he's done so well in his new team, you know, in a new ride?
Well, I've said it all along with this new race car. Once a team gets hot, they're going to be hot for some time because it's just the new technology of this race car. Sometimes when you catch a wave, you can ride it for a long time. And so Hendrick had it last year, and it looks like Gibbs Racing has it this year.
Have you ever been, you know, gone up to him and said, what are you doing this year? Are you nuts trying to do all 3 series, especially with the weekend he had last week?
Yeah, he's just a racer at heart, and he wants to race, and you can't take that out of him, can't take it away from him. And so I'm happy that he's doing well. You know, it was a bummer weekend for him. He did stretch himself a little thin with racing in 3 different states, but hey, he's on the gas. He's young. You're only young once.
All right. Thanks, Kurt. Appreciate it.
And we'll now hear from Bill Fleischman with Philadelphia Daily News.
Hi, Kurt. Just following up on that, I wonder, you know, when you were younger in the Cup Series, you went through some tough times with the fans and the other drivers. You've come out of it. You won a championship, of course. I wonder if you've given Kyle any advice on how to handle this. I mean, he seems okay with, you know, the fans booing him and so forth. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Did you hear my question?
No, I didn't hear your question. Can you repeat, please?
I just said, following up on Michael's question, that you went through some of these times with the fans and being booed and so forth, and came out of it and, you know, won a championship. Have you given Kyle any advice on how to handle this role he's going through?
He seems to be doing real well. He hasn't asked for any type of advice, and you know, the thing is that we're both racers, and we both love to try to win, and you know, he's got everything going for him right now, and so he's grabbing life by the horns, as you would say in Dodge land, and he's going for it.
Okay. And one other question, several of the drivers regarding Pocono, the length of the race, a lot of them said they think it would be a more interesting race if it were 400 miles. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's been a debate ever since I can remember, with the way that Pocono seems like it's drawn out forever. Even Matt Kenseth made the comparison, hey, you got the 24 hours of Daytona and you got the 500 miles of Pocono. So it could be used, it could stand to be shortened, but you know, these race cars, these new ones, they're so much warmer inside and hotter inside, and then the demand put on the driver, because you're driving twice as hard, it seems like, with this new car. So a 400-mile race might be more exciting.
Right. Thank you.
And next we will hear from Richard Huff with New York Daily News.
Hi, Kurt. As you know, the media tends to focus on the guys who are running right up at top and maybe the top 10 or so, either on TV or in things like here now we're talking about it. When you're running 21st as you are now, what sort of pressure does that put on you, you know, outside of the racing stuff, but in terms of the media stuff?
I'm not sure how to answer that. I mean, really, it's business as usual. You know, when you're 21st, you want to be first, and when you're first, it can be real easy to get smacked down to 21st. And so you have the good times and you have the bad, and you try to even them all out. You know, we're working hard to try to get our way back up in this points mix and see if we can't make the chase. And so the media is what it is, and you know, when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
Does it get frustrating not to be in the spotlight, though?
Not at all. You know, I'm not one to go out there and seek it and soak it up when I'm in it or not in it. For me, it's my race team and the job that I have at hand here, which is to get the Miller Lite Dodge running better so that we can be up there in points and have a shot at the championship.
Great, thank you.
And next we will hear from Jeff Wolf with the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Yeah, Kurt, since you and Ryan finished 1-2 in Daytona and until Casey got hot, the Dodges, you know, kind of seemed to not be a threat. Has it been horsepower or aero? Or none of the above?
You could really say it's a combination of things. Last year with our downforce car, Dodge had the most downforce in the garage area on the front end, and so that made the cars turn really well. So this year with the new car, not as much downforce, our cars are really struggling to turn with the front end. And like you said, Casey Kane's gotten hot recently, and so whether it's a Dodge or a Ford, Toyota, Chevy, I don't think it matters with this new car. But then it matters under the hood, and that's the engine. And I think that Dodge can do a better job at getting some more power. We've got a new engine that's certified, but we don't have enough time and development into it just yet to put it in the race car and race it for points.
And then I've got to ask you about the Cubs. Not too bad of a season. Do you have any plans on going to any games coming up?
I love how hot the Cubs are. It's great and it's fun to watch them. It's been 100 years since they've been this hot and led this early in the standings with this record. So I've got a couple games slated, hopefully around our Chicago race. I'll have an opportunity to make it over to Wrigley Field. Just a lifelong Cubs fan, and this could be the year.
You going to be in the bleachers or in the press box?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Wherever we can get tickets. If it's a group of guys, of course, we'll be bleacher creatures out there.
All right, good luck.
And next we will hear from Dustin Long with Landmark Newspapers.
Yeah, Kurt, you said earlier that with this new technology, sometimes you catch a wave and ride it for a long time. So with this relatively new car, is true driver talent being displayed? And what I mean are some guys successful only because their car is better, or is their true talent being shown because they're adjusting to what this new car has created?
Well, it takes everything to be successful in this sport. You can't just have a good car and a poor driver and expect championship-type results. You have to have the full package. And with this new car, when you get hot, it seems like the team helped that driver get warm and catch on fire. But Kyle Busch isn't doing it all by himself, but you can't take away credit from Kyle for not going out there and racing well and racing hard. On the flip side of that, Ryan Newman, myself, we haven't forgotten how to race cars, So why can't we find the success that some of the other teams are having?